to achieve their ambition to be kings of Europe. The palace is already built. £29 million spent on developing Ibrox over the last 5 years, and that's not been at the expense of investment in the team. Duncan Ferguson, the £4 million purchase from Dundee United, has his European baptism tonight. So too does Ali Maxwell, the goalkeeper who's filled the gap left by Andy Goram's injury. With the late withdrawal of Richard Goff with a groin cough, his replacement is number 8, Trendafilov. 32-year-old Sasha Markov has been brought back to the defence for his knowledge of this type of tie. Those two changes apart, it is the side which Walter Smith's number 2, Archie Knox, saw on Saturday. European Cup and the Champions League, part of it. It's a perfect night for football after a spell of wet and windy weather in Glasgow. An early header for free kick to Rangers. McPherson will reach it. And it was, well, off the line when the goal looked there for Rangers, and how they would have loved.
Absolutely abysmal. Bends it in wonderfully. Now look, the goalkeeper comes, goes back, sticks up his left hand, and basically swats it.
They needed hook check there. Duncan Ferguson going in, and behind him, Hateley trying to stoop to conquer them. Financially as well. Hateley is onside, found by Ian Ferguson.
He's not happy, Duncan Ferguson. Look at his face. Narrow. And that kind of area is there for Gary Stevens.
Here's Durant for Hateley. Morgoon is out. The crowd wondering why Durant didn't go for goal himself. And maybe he's wondering that now. This is Svetanov. There's a left-back with plenty of attacking ideas. Trendafilov going in with a header. It was a weak one, but again, another rap across the knuckles for Rangers, who... Hateley. The chance here for Rangers right on half-time. Cross just cut out.
There was much better pace in that build-up, but there really was. From back to front, everything happened so much quicker.
Durant with the corner. Morgoon comes through the crowd. McPherson! In stoppage time at the end of the first half. Morgoon is beaten by David McPherson.
Well, it always looked the most likely route, right from the first minute. Anything put into a decent area was going to cause the Bulgarians problems. Goalkeeper doesn't clear it. David McPherson certainly doesn't hit it very clean. But sometimes it's better just to hit them into the ground like Davey does there. And just bobbles it into the net.
Ali McCoist, our guest tonight, the centre of attention at half-time, unusually. From both the east and the west enclosures. There he is.
That's my best position, actually, Richard.
Super Ali McCoist, 1-0. Just, as I said.
Great game. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I think we deserve it. I think for 30, 35 minutes we totally dominated the game. Perhaps should have scored then. And then for the next 8 or 9 minutes looked shaky. Let the Levski Sofia come back into the game. They had a couple of chances. And then we scored the goal sort of slightly against the run of play. But I still think we deserved it.
Driving on, Hateley wanting it at the far post. Duncan Ferguson, Hateley, and no for the two big men for Rangers, who were launching themselves more central position. Just wanting to set off and get the glory again. Morgoon coming. It drops for David McPherson. Hateley. 2-0. And Mark Hateley makes this one count.
Well, it's the inability of the goalkeeper again to deal with the ball in the air. But it's all down to David McPherson. You talked about his enterprise in the first half, Martin. He shows it again there. He played the ball, made the run forward. Morgoon couldn't deal with it, and look at the lovely little stand-up from David McPherson, and that's what Mark Haley's all about. This isn't an easy header, it really isn't. He's backing off it, but away from the goal.
Poor Ian Durant, nothing he can do at the moment is working for him. Mirov with the shot, and it was an awkward one in the end, dipping. Maxwell had to get it up and over. Slavchev going towards the near post, trying to flick it on. Oh, Grigorash had quite a bit to aim at, it seemed, and Maxwell wants more protection again. The replacement for Sidakov, who's been missing tonight. Oh, slipped by McPherson. First thing that's really gone wrong for him tonight. Mirov hit the shot. I think his clearance only to Ivanov. Well, no, it's gone in. I would thought for a moment that it had been saved by Maxwell, but Mirov, who's looked threatening from midfield, and there's an away goal here to dampen the atmosphere at Ibrox. Maxwell couldn't keep it out. It's 2-1.
Well, this is criminal, it really is, giving a goal away at such a late stage. It's in a very dangerous area. Mirov really does...
2-1, and a major change in the atmosphere here and the balance of power in this tie. If it was to stay like this, of course, then a 1-0 Levski win in Sofia in the second leg would be enough.
It's amazing, man. Just at the time, I was just thinking it's a difficult time for Rangers now, because whether to go and look for that third that I felt would have killed them totally, or whether to stay at 2 where they look fairly comfortable.
Stevens. Hately. It's 3. Well, the third goal that's been so elusive for Rangers, even in the European Cup campaign last season. And it's the first time they've got 3 in any competitive match this season. And how they needed it here, and how grateful they are to Mark Haley for supplying it.
Well, it's a great ball in from Gary Stevens. Haley pulls behind his marker. He doesn't really know much about that mark. He's guiding it towards the goal. He's gambling on the goalkeeper being off his line. You see that? It's a most difficult angle. Morgan obliges by being a little off his line. And that's a vital goal for Rangers.
Mirov. Ferguson falling. Benenliev can cross it. Oh, Todorov! 3-2! What an amazing game here in the European Cup. 8 minutes to go and Rangers leak again.
Well, you can't believe what's happened in the last 5 minutes. Duncan Ferguson slips. Benenliev provides the cross, and Maxwell this time has absolutely no chance. Todorov gets in front of Gary Stevens, and Maxwell can do absolutely nothing about this. It just shows you if you put crosses into dangerous areas, how difficult they are to deal with.
Well, we've said all along that Rangers, in preparing for this game, did not underestimate Levski Sofia.
Control, cruising at home at 2-0 up, thinking this tie's almost over.
McCall, it's a useful one. It's McPherson, goalkeeper, right back onto his line. Has he taken it over his line? And he's given an indirect free kick against the goalkeeper. Rangers think they've taken it and scored. There's no offside, Andy.
No. I mean, I think you can see that, and Dave McPherson is there. Whether he feels that the goalkeeper throws the ball down, and then I think he's not entitled to pick it back up again.
After it's bound. Normally, you would expect the goalkeeper to try and get out in front. Morgan is just standing in the line. Well, they're going to charge it, aren't they? And they do for Ian Ferguson. Well, they've survived. We're into stoppage time now. Presley, the goalkeeper comes, the flag is up. Morgan can
Break it up, use up precious seconds.
But they can't do that because the game is over. Rangers have just a one-goal lead here on an eventful evening at Ibrox to take to Sofia for the second leg in 2 weeks' time. 2 goals here for Mark Haisley after the first from Dave McPherson in stoppage time at the end of the first half. The game really coming alive.
On the bench, and so too was Davy Dodds. Oleg Morgan, the man blamed for 2 of Rangers' goals at Ibrox, is replaced by Nikolov in goal for Levski. Well, we join it in the first half, and commentary comes from Rob McLean.
Here's Yankov. Sirakov, the back heel. Ivanov. Dangerous position, Borimirov. Sirakov scores! A goal of top quality from Sirakov. And that makes it 3-3 on aggregate. Just what Rangers were trying to avoid. Just over half an hour gone. And Sirakov with the turn and shot in the box, and Ali Maxwell had not a hope. The Levski fans greet that one with sheer delight, because that's the goal that reignites this first round tie for them. Borimirov tried and failed. Sirakov's turn and shot was lightning. Goff to Stevens. Stevens cross, and it's Durant at the far post, and Rangers are level. Ian Durant ghosting in on the far side. The Levski defence froze, and Durant nodded it past keeper Nikolov. Well, all sorts of accusing glances in that Levski defence, but Ian Durant wasn't waiting, and he nodded the header behind the Levski goalkeeper. And what a vital goal that is for Rangers. And the crowd in Sofia trying to get behind their team. Todorov feeding off Sirakov. Great save by Ali Maxwell. That was important. Markov's joined the attack, and he's found his way into a good position here in behind the Rangers defence, and Maxwell's save tipped away. Grigorash was coming in looking for the rebound. Rangers survive in at this stage. Durant takes it. There's the diving header. What a save from Nikolov. Dave McPherson's header. It looked a score. That was some save. A noisy home support getting behind their team as Todorov's corner comes in. Chance for Sirakov, which marks that down as another fine save. And there Walter Smith indicating 1 minute to go and telling his players to keep their concentration. Well, the Rangers bench told their team that they're inside the closing minute. They take no chances. Shot from Todorov, and high drama right at the end of this European Cup tie. Ali Maxwell beaten. He had not a chance, and Rangers surely are out of the European Cup. The Levski fans celebrate. And the bench looked not too unhappy either. Just when it looked as if Levski were finished, back they came, and that man Todorov struck with an unstoppable shot. Well, the Rangers defence might criticise themselves for giving this man too much room, but what a stunning strike that is. From an angle, steadied himself outside of the foot, bang, 2-1. Rangers need a goal, and they need it quickly. And that's injected some fresh energy into the veins of Levski Sofia. who have knocked Rangers out of the European Champions Cup. Unbeaten all through the campaign were the Ibrox team last season, but they've lost out tonight to a stunning last-minute goal from Levski midfielder Todorov.